post this to Facebook too before I forget. Wrong part. Okay, so close Facebook. And before we jump into tonight's meal, we're actually going to prep tomorrow's. So we are going to go ahead and prep this roast. As you can see, it's nice and soft, very tender for a roast. It's not tough at all. So we're not worried about it being tough. We're actually going to go ahead and drop it into the pot here. And we're going to marinate it for tomorrow. I'm just going to plop it right in there. Got the fat side up. Wash our hands. And we're not doing anything too special. We do have 2 pre-made bottles here. Leave those there for a second. We're going to take the last of our olive oil here. We're going to have to buy some more tomorrow. Put that right on top. And that's just a personal preference. I enjoy the olive oil flavor. We're going to go ahead and throw some paprika on it. This, as before, is just a very light pepper, basically, as far as like a red chili pepper or something like that would go. We're going to add a little seasoning salt. And that is actually all we're going to do for the seasoning on this. It was very dry to begin with, so I didn't have to pat it dry, if anyone's wondering that from previous videos. And this one is just Lawry's Caribbean Jerk. I like this because it gives it a nice heat. It has a great smell to it. Even though it's had like a Caribbean Jerk sauce or seasoning at a restaurant knows, it has a very earthy smell to it. So you're getting spice without it being that vinegar from regular. Oh, geez, who's this? Okay, sorry about that. So you don't get that vinegar taste to it, which is nice. I don't like that. I've always thought vinegar heat was not a good choice for wings or anything, really.
Yeah, I agree, actually, definitely. That, like, wing sauce, buffalo sauce, is, I always go barbecue, like a sweet barbecue is way better.
I don't mind heat. In fact, I actually really enjoy heat.
Right.
But I'm just not a big fan of that vinegar taste here. I like it. We got Jack, my downstairs roommate, or neighbor with us again. Go ahead and try that.
Delicious.
Great flavor. You get that little bit of spice, but it's not very strong. It's not overpowering by any means.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely got a little bit of soy sauce in there, and you get a little bit of that. Yeah, Caribbean flavor. It's good.
So we're just going to pour this whole bottle in here. Right in the garbage. Next, we have the Steak and Shop, one by Lawry's. Sorry, a little dehydrated today.
Is that one for a little more smoky flavor?
This will be more of your regular like steak marinade.
Nice.
So whenever you have a roast, you can just go ahead and cut it into steaks, but I think marinating is good. Now this one has a little bit more of that vinegar taste to it. but it's not in a heat form.
Okay.
Taste it?
That's very good. It's like a steak sauce.
It's a good marinade for it. It's going to go ahead and loosen that meat up even more than what it is now. So go ahead and pour this in. And then we're going to go ahead, get our hands dirty. We're going to turn our water on first, though. We just want to go ahead and pick up this steak. Twist everything around, make sure it mixes nicely. Make sure it's nice and covered with that seasoning. I'll do a little close up here. As you can see, it just wants to fold wherever I touch it. It's nice and tender already for a roast. Now, pick her up, flip her. I'm going to flip her back so that way the only part on top my skin was touching was the thumb. Cover that back up. Grab some of the sauce on the side. Pour over top. Before I go to bed at night, I'll probably flip her over. And then tomorrow I'll flip her over a couple of times to make sure that it's nice and covered. Okay. So let's grab the lid for this. Pop it on there. We're just going to go ahead and stick it right in the fridge. There we go. Okay, so those who were with us in the last cooking episode, we did the chicken breast covered in cashews with rosemary and thyme. Now, you know this had like we were touching raw chicken and all that with it, so just kind of smelling. It doesn't really have any like rough chicken smell, which is nice. But we're going to be frying it up in the butter today, so that will all be cooked. I don't know if you want to give this a smell, but the rosemary and thyme gives it a nice little kick. So we're going to go ahead and open our salmon up here. These are actually going to be really quick things, which is why we did the marinating this episode as well, because we're just doing potatoes in the microwave. Let's see, 3 minutes and then 3 minutes. Okay. So it's going to be a real quick episode today, but I'm fine with that because the last couple have been a little long. While long episodes aren't bad, it does make for a lot of time out of the day. So, we have our lovely 3 mignons right there. We have cashews with cooking almost there. We're going to drop the butter right into the pan right now. Turn it on. Going to go with that medium-high heat. Get the pan hot, melt that butter. Grab a spoon real quick. Nice big spoon. We're going to be using that to grab the butter, drizzle that on top. I was just going to use regular aromatics like rosemary and thyme right in the butter, but because the cashews have it and we need to use those, I'm not just going to eat them plain. Figured this was a good way to do it. We know that cashews, when they get cooked more, are going to get really soft as well, almost like a candy. If you've ever had like the, I'm trying to think, like toffee that comes in like the triangle prism packaging, It's gonna be like the caramel in there, or the almonds in there. It tastes like caramel or candy. Let's close that here. All kinds of messages.
Do you happen to have a beer glass there, actually?
A beer glass?
Yeah, just like a stein or something like that.
Chalice?
Am I going to be drinking beer out of the chalice?
I mean, technically, it's a beer glass.
All right, well, that'll do. I just do that. I like drinking out of a glass, actually, because when you pour beer into a glass, it reduces some of the carbonation. And actually, they say that leads to less bloating, so you don't get like as big in the morning. You don't feel like puffy after you're done drinking. You know, I think that's actually kind of nice. It's a little.
Okay, butter's just about done melting. I do want that to be completely melted here. It's not too hot of a heat to where it's browning. You can still tell it's yellow. It's nice. Now, the mignon for salmon has nice little nets around the side already. Would have liked to wrap bacon around it, but I feel like getting that net off would be hard. And it's our first time cooking them, so I don't really want to try and mess too much with it. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in. Let's see if I can grab a plate to put them on when we're done here. Let me cook one at a time to start here. See if I can't move this paper actually. Go ahead and set it down right in the center. Actually, we can do all three at once here. Wash our hands. All right. Well, it's dirty. Go ahead, throw in these cashews right on top. In fact, we're just going to add the rest of them because I'm not going to have to use for them otherwise. So, whatever.
Ooh, it smells delicious.
Might as well just bring up a few. Open this up. Give that a couple more seconds here. Stir this up. Put that down. This goes back in for 3 minutes. Go ahead and angle the pan here. Drizzle some of this back on top.
Last two we got.
Last two. Ooh. I got some in the fridge too, so.
Okay.
Any chance you guys have butter down there?
You do. I think so.
Would you mind grabbing some? I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Could use a little bit more, even if it's just for the potatoes, but
What would you need, like half stick?
yeah, half stick would be more than enough. Get rid of the paper here. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Washed off my tongs here. Made a little snack right before we started cooking. Had to all day.
Hey,
We're running around.
we have no mark.
Oh, well, that's fine.
There.
Nah, don't worry about it, bud. I'm just gonna flip these over real quick. Or butter. Ooh, that was a little warm. Set that all over the place, but oh well. Sweep it up in a minute. Pour that butter and all those cashews right back on top here. Okay.
Watch the ones in the stove pit.
Yeah. Lift this up. Jeez, getting all kinds of messages. Okay, that's most of that.
This is a ridiculous beer glass, by the way.
Yes, that's amazing, isn't it?
Apparently. Feel like a king.
Feeling like a king is important. So those out. Then potatoes are done. Give them another stir while they're in the microwave, keep them warm. Not pulling them out.
Oh, guacamole is smells delicious.
They're gonna take a little while to cook just because real thick piece of meat. But I think they'll be delicious. We have some lovely cashews stuck to the top now. See if we can get a better view here. Might not be able to with the cord, holy cow. So, as you can see, these cashews stuck to the salmon. They're underneath it when I was cooking just now. Nice little char. You can see the thyme and the rosemary as well. They are going to taste amazing. Really need to get like a stand to put right here so the camera can aim right down into it, but don't have it yet, and I wasn't able to find anything at Best Buy when I went just now, so gonna have to wait a little bit longer. Man, that does smell amazing though.
It
I was
really
gonna-
does.
I was gonna turn the vent on, but
It smells absolutely intense like this. Just delicious.
honestly, I know we're having potatoes, but I really want rice with this, so I'm gonna go ahead and get some rice going. I'm gonna use my rice pot. I can clean it up. Oh, at least it's put the water. Oh, where is my rice? That's the next question. Everything got moved around. You gonna want rice or would you prefer potatoes?
Man, whatever you think is going to be the most flavorful and tasty. Everything up here is an experience.
So we're gonna go ahead and do a cup of rice here. That'll be more than enough. We're actually gonna take one of our limes and throw it in there as well. Now let's go ahead and flip these over here. You can smell the cashews starting to really cook. So this fish is going to be done here shortly, I believe. It definitely looks like it's cooked fairly most of the way through. Because of the netting and all that on the side, you can kind of see where it's at, which is nice. Just some of these cashews back on top. I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat down to a low, just to where it'll help keep it warm. But at this point, it's going to go ahead and cook through on its own the rest of the way. I'll pull the potatoes out, get the rice going. Add a little mirin to the rice.
Mirin?
Yeah, it's a sweet rice wine. Let's see.
Do you use a really expensive rice that's super good?
I mean, it's jasmine, which is expensive, yeah.
Gotcha.
Now, it's gonna seem weird, but we're adding syrup, maple syrup to the rice.
Really? That's neat. Just adds a little bit of a sweetener to it.
I usually wouldn't use maple syrup, but I think it's going to be really good with this.
Cool.
I think it's going to give that flavor that we want. I'm actually not going to add the lime anymore either. So we're going to add a little garlic and herb seasoning. Just went through and bought more seasoning today, so like everything still has caps. And we'll crank some salt into it. Well, I was going to crank salt into it. Where'd my salt go? I just bought a brand new thing of salt. There we go. Shut the lid, plug it in. Pop down to cook. It's only a couple rice, so that's going to be done fairly quick. Ow. Right on the big toe, go figure. Oh. I'm going to turn this on. One of our fillets here. This could actually use a little bit longer, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat back up. We'll give them a flip here.
What do they add in the middle?
What's that?
What do they add in the middle with temperature?
They were at about 110.
And what temperature are you looking for here?
So for my fish, I think 120 is nice. If you go to 165, it's going to be really tough and be cooked all the way through. But I'm going to go ahead and let it go a little bit longer and then see where it's at and make a decision from there about how far I want to go. That's what's happening.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So I just double checked. 145 is like what they recommend you cook fish to. 165, like I said, would make it really tough. So like 125 to 130 to give that like nice medium rare or like more rare. And I think especially for these, we'll be good with that because otherwise the outside is going to get too tough. So while we have time, we're at 2 rolls. And we're going to heat up our veggies real quick. I just put them in the microwave for a minute.
Black cats are bad luck, man.
What's that?
The black cats are bad luck. Oh, I was saying that because you have a black cat
Yes.
over here. I wanted to make sure that was clear.
I had to think about
it.
I heard you the first time and I was like, what? Like, and then I remembered Oliver got a cat. And I was like, oh yeah,
Oh, Oliver got a cat.
yes. It would have been even better if you're like, because you have a black cat over here. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, dude, that would have made it just totally out. I'm like, oh, he's cute. See?
Gee, he thought it was a boy. That's what they told him, and then all the paperwork otherwise from the doctor and stuff said otherwise. Goes with the bill. I don't know what's going on with the sink, but I'm getting really annoyed that if I want it to drain, I have to turn the garbage disposal on for a second. I'm hoping they come up and fix a lot of that stuff here soon.
It's probably because you guys are actually using the garbage disposal.
No, it's like that when I moved in.
Oh, gotcha. Don't, you should never use the garbage disposal. My dad was a steward thing for a really long time.
That's so weird. One of them is cooking a lot slower than the other. The other two are going to be done here about 30 seconds to a minute, I would say. Give them one more flip through. Maybe come back down.
I actually like that cat's coloring. It's beautiful. Bad luck, but yeah. That's a good looking cat. I don't usually go with cats. I'm a big dog person. It's a very attractive cat.
Love dogs.
Looks like a panther.
Some big green eyes. What's up, kitty? She's extremely scared still. Okay. And then what I want to do with the rest of this here is just kind of scoop it down. Honestly, I don't know. They don't look like charred to the point,
Oh, those look perfect.
right? Like,
Yeah, absolutely. Just nice and brown like that.
yeah, they don't look like they're burnt.
Nice brown.
They don't smell burnt either. So I think what I'm going to do is move these to the side. I'm going to go ahead and just pull out all these almonds. And they're brown like last time, but last time we had it on a much higher heat, and they actually burnt quite a few of them. But I think these will actually be really good.
Maybe even great to throw in the potatoes too.
Oh, true. Actually, that would be perfect for them. I didn't even think about it. That would be really tasty. Okay, we're going to go ahead and just put that in the sink. Same with this. We can grab another thing to scoop and grab with here. Let's see. I actually don't have any of my nice fruits right there. So rice isn't done yet. Obviously not going to have that for a bit, but we can go ahead and play one of these up nicely here. Okay. We're just going to go ahead, take one of these, put them on there. When you first cut, we'll go ahead and cut out the rope that we're going to wait until everyone has their plate to worry about that. Set that right there. Smear some of those on.
No green beans.
What's that?
Are those green beans? What are those?
Yeah, those are French cut green beans. That's my favorite way to have green beans. We're just going to go ahead and keep them all over here, and then people can mix them together if they want. And honestly, I think even with mashed potatoes on the plate, I think you could put rice right in the center there. It would look really nice. And then we'll just take a potato spoon here. Just kind of cover these right into there. And I think that's going to be absolutely phenomenal. So our finished product today looks like that. We don't have the rice done yet, but I'm going to put some rice right in the center there. Probably squeeze a lime wedge instead of a lemon on it. And it's going to be really tasty with that salmon. The maple syrup that I put in with the rice, I think is going to be nice because they give that little hint of sweetness and match the salmon very well. Have a good one, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow for that roast.